After asking ChatGPT many times and going around in circles with ChatGPT about how to connect voice flow into Wix booking API, I decided to ask Deepseek, because Deepseek apparently has more knowledge in coding and more technical knowledge in general than ChatGPT, because ChatGPT is just some kind of poet or J.K. Rowling writer. I don't know. It's just an emotional being. Well, no, it's not a being, has no life, but yeah, it's just more emotional than Deepseek. Deepseek actually knows how to work. I asked Deepseek like what to exactly do. It did give me a more logical answer. Deepseek has a function called deep research. I used the normal function first, but then when I used the deep research, it's actually very interesting. Deepseek actually talks to itself to find the solution that you're looking for. Like, you can see the process where Deepseek decides to give you an answer, how it decided to give you an answer. If you ask it like, what's the weather today? Go back to itself and say, yeah, the user has asked me what's the weather today. I should maybe look at the weather online and then come back with an answer. It will give you an answer. Then you understand how it did find the answer, because then you can understand what's going underneath the surface of just you asking the GPT, which is mind blowing, honestly. What's up, you guys? I've started my AI agency journey last month. Today is day 38. No fucking idea, no idea whatsoever. I've been going around infinity circles trying to get this shit to work from the bottom all the way to where we are now on day 38. I go by the name of Crypto, and I've set myself a goal to reach 10 clients by day 100. So far it's day 38. Please watch my previous videos if you want to see how I got to this day, and subscribe to watch my future ones and stay updated with my journey. Get back to the video. Frustration on top of frustration on top of more frustration. So I keep asking GPTs to just help me do this shit. Honestly, becoming so frustrating. It's not even a joke right now. The problem I'm facing right now is I don't know if I even have the right API key. Deepseek gave me a solution to link VoiceFlow directly into the Wix calendar. They gave me a JSON code. I don't even know what JSON is. Okay, first of all, I've worked with it before, but I don't know what it is. JSON. Yeah, it gave me the JSON code, which should all go together with the API, then be able to connect VoiceFlow straight to the Wix booking function. It appears that the API key that I have, or the way that Deepseek's understanding of the API key from Wix is not correct. The API that I'm placing in VoiceFlow is not connecting properly. When I use the API block on VoiceFlow and I send data, nothing catches on. It just comes up with a 404 error. I tried to troubleshoot the API key by asking Deepseek if I'm using the right API. That did not go well because Deepseek thinks I'm using the wrong API, but when it gives me a solution on how to get the right API, it does not exist on my dashboard. The way that I'm finding the API key is some random way I'm finding on Google how to get the API key, which is you just go on your account settings on Wix, and there's an API key generator in the settings, and you just generate API key, you copy it and you take it. It does not start with WIX, which Deepseek is insisting that it should start with. If your API key does not start with WIX, then Deepseek is refining it as wrong API key. VoiceFlow, however, is not even connecting to the link. On the Wix API page, it's saying to use the account ID whilst connecting to the Wix API. I've tried that and that didn't work. Another thing is the URL that Deepseek is giving me to use as the API post URL is not working. I think it's due to the fact that my API is not right. My settings in the post block are not correct. Authorization is not right. I tried putting the authorization as the API. I tried to put in the account ID. The account ID as the authorization did kinda send. It still came back with 404. However, putting the API key as the authorization got nowhere. It didn't even send. So just to make sure whenever you're doing this kind of thing, whenever you're testing APIs, you shouldn't just use the app that you're using. You should also use like a CURL or a postman function to see if the API is working, or is it a problem from your side on the GPT or whatever you're building. I tried that and the postman didn't work, so wrong again. I feel like I was getting really close to something, but I'm not. Maybe because I don't know how to code. I don't want to dive into coding. That's another function. That's a side quest. Okay. I need to stay on the main story. This is what's going on day 38. I know not much progress. The building the chatbot is the easiest thing. It's just connecting it to this fucking API that's doing my head. It's literally no progress, zero progress. Not going anywhere. I think I'm gonna have a proper go on this tomorrow for a couple hours, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna ask some other people online. Because there is a Wix forum, and I'm gonna ask on the Wix forum, or maybe start a new site. The developing an interface that I'm using maybe doesn't allow you to use the APIs. And the API documentation on Velo is just like bullshit. No one, just when you click on API integration in Velo, it just takes you to the API documentation so you can figure it out. But there's no API keys. It just gives you random instructions. Like, I don't need that. I'm not designing the website. I'm just a developer trying to develop a chatbot for the website. I don't want to develop a website. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway, this is it for day 38. Please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.